Welcome to the WBC arena. What a night we expect this to be. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. And here is the legend himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And he'll be facing Michael Mckinson. He's 175 centimeters tall with 179 centimeter reach.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching.
Saul Canelo. The problem, Michael Mckinson.
This bout is scheduled.
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Nope, that jab not going to score. Oh, he took that jab well. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Jab not finding its target. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is...
And there's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got a dominant shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, every twitch.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice exchange here from both men. This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. Threw the hook, didn't land. Good counter punch. They exchange punches. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently? There's the bell to start round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
That big hook doesn't land. Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. A second to catch our breath. Caution being thrown to the wind. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. In that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it can...
There's the bell to start round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. Will get knocked out. How about that time counter shot? Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a... There's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Can't land the jab there. always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This is a high-octane battle. Defense is not an option for these two. No rest for the weary. They have no respect for each other's punching power. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Wow.
This is the beginning of round 6. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Good counter punch. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
The jab just got blocked. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, that's notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than anything.
They got out of the way of that right hook. The jab not finding its target. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of defense here at all. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. Finally. And there's the bell for round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. He can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. Frustrating, because if you let him get away with it, he throws you down.
That counter shot lands. Alvarez in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you...
There's the bell to start round 8. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Which fighter will say no mas? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Can't find a home with that jab. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Halfway through the round and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
There's the bell to start round 9. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fighters like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Nobody home with that hook. And he, oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
What caught sleeping on the job? What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Give him no free shots, yeah? Don't be looking at for one shot at a time. Anything. Go back and win the rounds, right? It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
This is the 10th. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Misses with the jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter. Time counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Time counter shot. Beautiful counter. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
No, it's a tougher fight, and he's going, boy, that's it. Now breathe.
This is the 11th. We've entered the championship rounds. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The straight right just misses. These two were made for each other. A perfect counter shot. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. What an upset here as Alvarez goes down. Lincoln, you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your ball.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes in close, tie him up. The referee...
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You're being put down. You've got to...
On to the 12th. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Beautiful counter punch. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. How about that time counter shot? Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. And now they're right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Well done with that counter shot. Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.